What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today on Collector's Thoughts, I want to talk about the comment that people tend to make, which is, it's just a toy or it's just a figure. Um, I wanted to bring this up because you sometimes hear that in the collecting world where, someone who either doesn't understand or doesn't collect or whatever just might say to you, come on, man, it's just a toy. It's just a figure. And this this type of statement can be really frustrating, and for multiple reasons. The one reason is that clearly we know it's just a figure or just a toy. We know that it's not like you're giving us some kind of insight to something that we had no idea. Like, thank you so much. If it wasn't for you, I would have had no idea that I'm looking at just a toy or just a figure. We get it. We get it. But in the same aspect, it's like that can also be used for other things, because I've also heard that type of that type of statement for other things in life. Like, for example, if you're playing a video game, you can't get past a really difficult boss and you kind of start getting irritated with the game. I hear people say, oh, come on, man, it's just a game. Or if, like, your favorite team loses in a big playoff game, people will say the same thing. Oh, it's just a game, man. It's just a game. And I get it. I get it. It's just a video game. It's just a sports game. It's just a figure. It's just a toy. We get it. Now, when people say these comments, the reason why it angers some people, it's not because the person's right. Because like I just stated earlier, we know it's just a game or just a toy or just a movie or whatever. It's because of how ridiculous it sounds. When you really stop and break it down, when somebody looks at you and says, it's just a game or it's just a toy, we know, like, we're not denying that it's not. We're not denying and saying that it's bigger than what it is. We know what the object or the item or the, what we're watching, we know what it is. It's not a surprise to us. It just angers us that you would state something so obvious out in the open. Now, the other part of that statement that angers some people too is the fact that just because it's just a game or just a toy or just a movie, I think we're entitled to feel a certain way about something, especially if you spent money on it. I think if you spent money on an item or a game or whatever, a movie, whatever, you're entitled to have an opinion about it and have feelings about it. Now, I'm not saying that, it's right or wrong, what opinion's right, what opinion's wrong. I'm just saying that if you spend money on something, you are allowed to feel a certain way about it. If you buy a video game at full retail price and you sit down and you play it and the game is just not up to what you thought it was, like maybe the controls are bad, the graphics are bad, whatever, are you not allowed to say that those things bothered you about buying that game? I mean, of course you are. You bought the game, you spent money on it, and it didn't perform the way you wanted it to. So I feel that you're entitled to say, hey, man, this game had bad whatever, and bad controls, bad graphics, whatever, and I paid for it, so I'm entitled to tell you that my opinion on it is that it didn't live up. I didn't really like it. So why is it that it's okay for somebody else to step in and just be like, oh, it's just a game, man? Okay, thank you. I know it's just a game, but I still spent money on it. I still supported the company, and it didn't live up to what I was expecting. So it's the same thing when it comes to, figures and toys and movies and stuff like that too. You paid to sit down and watch a movie. If the movie was not at all what you thought it was going to be and it kind of stunk, you're allowed to say it. It's just, I mean, that statement that it's just a whatever pretty much erases and devalues any opinion to anything. I mean, if you think about it, you could say that about anything. I mean, if you're like for example, if you're not a sports guy, you could walk in on your buddy who's a big time basketball fan or football fan or whatever, and just be like, don't worry about your team losing, man. It's just a game. It's like it devalues the person's thing. It's their hobby. It's what they like to do. It's what they like to see. And like I said, I mean, I feel like it's one of those things where that statement just erases anything. You could just erase anyone's value with that. You can just throw that statement into anything. Someone's house is burning down. Are you going to go up to them and be like, oh, man, don't worry. It's just a house. Someone's car breaks down. Don't worry about it, man. It's just a car. Now, you might sit there and say, well, those are a little bit different because the house, obviously, you live in it. The car you use to get to work and stuff like that. I get it. I'm purposely going to the more extreme level, of course. But it's just the same idea. If it's someone's hobby, it's someone's thing, someone spent money on it, they're allowed to say, if a figure has like a flaw on it, like if it has paint smeared on it, if it, doesn't move a certain way, whatever, because they spent money on it. Now, you might not understand because you don't collect figures, but just stop and think about for a minute something that you like to do, and if someone throws that comment at you. Like I said, if you're a sports guy, you like to watch sports, someone just comes into the room and is like, hey, man, don't worry about it. It's just a game. Like, it's going to irritate you a little bit. You know it's a game, but you still want your team to win. So, you know it's a toy or a figure, but you still want it to be in good shapes. Look good, perform good, especially if you spent money on it. So I just want to touch on that real quick with that whole comment. It's just and then insert whatever your hobby is. Because you know what, the way I look at it is, if you're the type of person that throws that comment around at other people, especially for things that you don't understand, then just think about it like this. What if you went to a fast food restaurant and they messed up your order? Can the worker behind the desk just say, hey, man, it's just food, Or if you, let's say you buy expensive clothes, you're one of those people that really likes, like, fancy clothes, nice shoes and stuff like that, and it comes in with, like, a rip in it or something. Can someone be like, hey, man, it's just a shirt. It's just a pair of sneakers. It'd probably piss you off a little bit, to be honest. So, just before you throw that statement out at people, just kind of think about something that you might like doing, and think about, imagine, like, if you did something and, you were expecting an experience and you didn't get it, and then someone just turned around and just threw that at you. Like, it's just a whatever. Like, you go on vacation and the vacation sucks because it rained out the whole time and you had to stay in your, hotel room the whole time. Hey, man, it's just a vacation. You know what I mean? So it's like, me personally, it doesn't make me angry when people say that stuff. I think it's kind of funny. It kind of shows, like, I don't want to say ignorance, but it kind of does, because it's like, we know what it is, but we're still allowed to feel a certain way about it. So, just kind of wanted to throw that out there. But I would love to hear what you guys in the community think. And if you've heard this thrown at you for anything, games, movies, figures, whatever, I would love to hear opinions about that, because like I said, me personally, I don't get it too often, to be honest with you. It's kind of rare, but I remember growing up being irritated playing video games that, like, I couldn't beat, and getting really upset about it. And, like, my parents or someone would come in and be like, it's just a game. It's like, I know it's just a game. I know, but I really want to beat the game. You know what I'm saying? I want to prove that I can do it. And, to a certain extent, if someone's really, like, losing their mind about it, well, actually, you know what? I still wouldn't say that comment. If someone's really losing their mind about it, you can kind of say it to yourself. But if you throw that comment in there, that might just set the person off. So maybe not say it. But I'm just saying, like, if someone's really, like, losing their mind about something, you're being a little ridiculous. Because at the end of the day, it's not something that, is going to save your life. It is a game, a toy, a sports event, whatever. And, we all just do it for hobbies and we do it for fun. But it's just that comment. I just wanted to talk about it because I had a personal friend of mine tell me that someone had mentioned that to him, saying that, because he was talking about a figure, and someone said it's just a figure. It's yeah, but there was flaws with it, and he was showing you the flaws. So it's one of those things where it's like, we know. Everybody knows what it is. Next time you go to the bar, you order a beer. If they give you a bottle of water, just, the bartender's not going to turn to you and say, well, it's just a beer. Who cares? So, but anyway, guys, that's it for me. I just wanted to do a quick collector's thoughts video. But I would love to hear some stories from you guys. If anyone's ever told you stuff like that, if it sets you off, if it doesn't set you off, just anything you guys would like to share, please leave them down in the comments down below. And thank you guys very much for watching. And stay safe out there, guys. Take care.